Hey everybody, welcome to or back to my channel, MelKB Vlogs. So today I am going to be showing you the process of how to choose your headshots. So once your photographer sends you like all of your pictures, sorry, I have the window open because it's hot in my apartment. So once the photographer sends you all of the pictures, like how do you find the headshots, the ones that you're gonna get retouched and put on paper for the actual headshot and all of that. So first, here's the album. So it's just all of the pictures. As you can see, I'm just scrolling and they're all obviously like in order. So I did like 7 or 8 looks, I think. So here they all are. And kind of what I do first is I just scroll through and look at all of them, get a first impression. And usually in that first impression, I see a picture or two that immediately already stand out to me. That like always happens, but I don't do anything about it. I'm like, oh, I like that one. So after I scroll through and get that first impression, then I go through, and usually photographers, you have the capability of creating a favorites folder. So like on mine, there's a little heart on all of the pictures, so you can go through and like favorite your pictures. So I usually do a first round of favoriting where just all of the ones that I like, and not even necessarily love, but the ones that I like, I go through and I favorite. And like to start off with, I don't even know how many pictures we're to start off with, but I think I got to around like 70 favorites. Then what I do is take a little break, come back, and then I go back to my favorites. So this is my favorite section. These were like my final favorites. And any that are just like really similar, I'll pick one of the two, kind of narrow that down, and I got it to around 50 favorites. So from those 50 favorites, I wrote down the ones that continued to stand out to me. Like as I scrolled through, the ones that I continued to be like, I really like that one. So those in here, that one ended up being one of my headshots, and that one, and there were a few other contenders for sure, but these were like all the ones I was really vibing with. And that was my total 50. It doesn't even feel like 50 photos. Like look at, these were them. That's it. That alone was 50. So from there, I wrote down kind of the ones that were standing out to me, and they ended up being the ones that from the beginning I had that feeling of like, that one is just giving me something. I don't know what, but it's giving me something. So then I ended up sending my favorites list to a few friends, and I asked them to pick a top 5. Now here's the thing. I don't know if everybody else does this, but this was my intention with that. I was really looking to see if my friends would pick any of my top 5 for their top 5. And a few of my friends, there was one photo that they all picked in their top 5. So out of the 50, they also were drawn to that photo. So then that kind of gave me a second sense of like, okay, other people are also being drawn to this photo. So it was just kind of a good way to see how others were perceiving it. But again, I didn't really fully take their top 5 into full account. I just wanted reassurance that the ones I was picking seemed interesting to other people too. So now what are you actually looking for when you're picking your shot? Number 1, nowadays everything is so virtual. Casting directors are normally picking your headshot from Actors Access, from a submission of sorts. So in that case, they are scrolling through thumbnails even smaller than these. And from there, just from the tiny little thumbnail of your headshot, they will click on it and be like, that one looks interesting, and then they'll open up your resume or the videos that you've attached. So one thing I was thinking of is like, what is going to draw somebody in from a thumbnail? And one of them, this one, I love the coloring of this with like the green and brown. It's very unexpected. It's not your classic headshot photo color combination. So I thought that was really interesting, and I really liked this photo in particular. I think my silhouette looks good. I obviously like my face in it. It's a headshot, but I really liked the overall composition of that photo. So that's one of the first ones. I was like, definitely that one. And then I felt the same about this color combination, the like teal with the orange. I really loved. I feel like it's striking. And you obviously, with a headshot, you want to show your energy in a photo. That's really like the whole goal. And I really liked this one. I feel like this one to me represents like the season of life I'm in right now, and like how I present myself and how I carry myself, and I kept being drawn to that one. So I went with that one. And then I really enjoyed this pink color with like the fun t-shirt. I also felt like this one was unexpected. It's not your, people don't really wear just like a casual t-shirt and a headshot, but it ended up looking so good. And I wanted a smiley one, so I went with that one. And I'll show you full screen the like fully edited ones. But even now that I'm looking at them again, I'm like, oh, I like that one, I like that one. So eventually I can get those retouched as well. The thing is, for most photographers, it costs extra to get retouches. So with Ricky G Photography, who I shot with, one retouched photo was included in my session, and then it was $50 per extra photo. So I decided to go with 3 photos that kind of, as a group, went well together. So I'll show you what those ended up being. But I wanted kind of 3 different energies shown in the 3 photos I was paying to get retouched. And I feel like the 3 I chose do that job, and I think I look attractive in them. I think that they show an interesting energy and kind of make you want to know more about me. And I think from a thumbnail perspective, they pop. So that's how I really chose these final 3. And I also, one of my like pieces of advice are to not stare at these pictures too long and like nitpick everything, because if you think about it, when people are looking at these headshots, it's first impression of the headshot. So you really want to look at these with fresh eyes. Take a break for like a day if you need to, re-look back and see what pops for you, what you keep getting drawn to, and though that's your picture. If you continue to be like, but there's something about that one I just really like. So that's my advice. This is the first one edited. I just really like this. I feel like it's very poised and kind of like I'm a little sneaky but happy. And then this one I think is more sweet, and I just love the colors, and I think my ear sticking out here is like quirky, and I think it's super cute. And then this one I think is a great smiley pic. It's just genuine me cheesing as I do, and I love the color combination. I think it's super interesting, and I could picture certain shows, specifically like Mean Girls and The Prom, and you know, those more youthful shows. I think this shot is perfect for. And then, you know, each picture can kind of be more suited for certain shows. Like I think this one is your classic, just like I'm a Broadway gal, and this one is more like nuanced and interesting, and you know, there they all are. I think they're a good bunch. So that's really the process. Ooh, I'm putting you back on this thing. Oh no. Yeah, so that's really the process of picking photos. I know some people take a lot longer to pick which photos are going to be their headshots. I think it took me like 2 days after I was sent the full album. I don't really harp on it too long. Again, I go by like first impressions and what I feel, and it always works out. And when I look back, I'm like, yeah, those are good. But then also what's awesome is as a little bit of time goes by, you could look at other pictures again and be like, oh, I actually really like that one. You know what? Let me get that one retouched as well. You know, it's not permanent. You can always change it, and it does cost money, but over time, you know, headshots usually, if you don't change your appearance too much, it should last you like 3 years. So, you know, you can switch it up just by switching up the shots. And yeah, so that's what I do. Obviously make sure you download the full shoot in multiple places. So I downloaded it on this big computer, on my laptop, and then on a hard drive. Make sure you cover all your bases. I also upload my favorites to Google Drive, so it's just there. And yeah, that's it. I hope this helped you guys, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, and we'll chat next time. Bye.